Welcome to Health Freedom Radio with Jessica Steele and Jordan Fisher. Whole health conversations to elevate your life, your health, your wealth, and your legacy. Learn with us, then share with others.
Hi, this is Jessica Steele. Many of you know me as one of the hosts here at Health Freedom Radio, and today I am going solo because Dr. Jolie Phillips asked me to tell you a story and to introduce to you her newest published work. And believe me, this one will truly change lives across the world. So let me start with a brief story. Dr. Phillips has been an entrepreneur nearly her whole life. She learned as a young teen that if she wanted anything beyond what she truly needed, it was up to her to go earn it. And so she did. She started her first business in 1975 and started investing in 1977. From then, she spent her life scouting for opportunities and meeting them head-on. It's become part of her lifestyle. She actually thinks it's fun. Now, when somebody spends 50 years building businesses, they get pretty good at seeing patterns and trends that most others miss. Dr. Phillips saw a world that was always changing. She applied to her business practices a variation of a saying from her days as an Air Force pilot that said, "Flexibility is the key to air power." In business and in life, she saw it all. Commerce moved online, communication leapt into our purses and pockets, investing came to our fingertips, shopping ideas arrived as pop-ups, and news and music downloaded directly to our favorite platforms. Innovations moved the nations. And the way people now find information, make decisions, and move money continues to change daily. Smart, heads-up business leaders paid attention and adapted. That's how they stayed alive, and many thrived. It seemed like everything was changing.
But then she would look at fundraising.
At the churches, the schools, the Little League teams, the booster clubs, the ministries, the veterans groups, the community causes. The good, hardworking people in every town in this country. They were all around her, and she served in many of those roles. With few exceptions and very little variation, she saw them doing almost exactly what they had done 30 years ago, over and over again. Order forms, still traveling home in backpacks. The same faithful volunteers, calling the same short list of families. Committees, still spending months preparing for one single event, celebrating a big number at the end of the night, and then starting over from zero the very next season. The rest of the world was fast jets and powerful computers. Meanwhile, fundraising was still changing horseshoes and polishing buggies. For years, that gap troubled her because she was not just seeing an inefficiency. She was watching good people get worn down and sometimes abused. Organizers working harder with diminishing results, quietly blaming themselves as perceived failures. Faithful supporters slowly pulling back, not because they had stopped caring, but because they felt a little overused and just plain tired. The same few people at every organization carrying the whole weight, season after season, until some could not carry anymore. And here's the part that moved her most. She saw missions losing their precious volunteer effort, energy, and time to fundraising instead of being supported by it. She saw people basically begging for money and deploying guilt to get results, when what they needed was a cohesive strategy to build something of lasting value. The best people in the community, the volunteers, coaches, pastors, and parents, were getting ground down by broken, obsolete, inefficient systems. As an entrepreneur, Dr. Phillips did what entrepreneurs most enjoy: solve the problem. From her Florida homestead, she called her brother Dan, who was back in their hometown near Detroit, and they brainstormed possibilities. Dan had many lifetimes' worth of experience working with fundraising from inside out and from all around. She took notes, shared ideas, asked him to QC her work, then she mapped out a better journey for future fundraisers. That map is now an ebook entitled The Science and Business of Fundraising, the Web3 Fundraising Compendium for Recurring Mission Cash Flow. And it's not like anything you have ever read. This is not a pamphlet, and it is not a pep talk. It is a serious, substantial piece of work, and it is free to download. You will first notice that the publication takes a real weight off your shoulders. It shows the history, the research, what works and should continue, and what epic failures need to be buried. You will realize that fundraising's ubiquitous failures are not your people's fault. The system has been shredded by a perfect storm. Since the year 2000, the number of nonprofit organizations in America alone grew by roughly 500,000. That is 500,000 more groups asking and tasking the same communities and households. At the same time, charitable giving tightened as tax laws disincentivized families from giving the way they once did. And human attention itself became one of the scarcest things on earth, with every screen and every cause competing for the same hours that your community used to give freely. Take a moment to let Dr. Phillips' message settle into place. The structure failed, not the people. Acknowledging this one thing changes everything. People who see the breaks in the system can now wisely step back and push for quality answers, advocating for a working system that is worth repeating, sharing, and replicating. This professional fundraising publication builds on a strong central idea that Dr. Phillips calls a recurring mission cash flow. Here's what she means. A traditional campaign pays today's bills. The banquet ends. Everyone applauds, cleans up, and goes home. But the calendar and expenses keep moving. Uniforms wear out, trips need funding, and roofs must be repaired. The campaign created relief, but it never created funding infrastructure, so when the next need arrives and the group starts over from nothing, the old worn-out action has you just calling upon the same tired people just one more time again. Recurring mission cash flow is the way out of that loop. It is cash flow that keeps arriving after the campaign ends, so an organization can plan and breathe and look months ahead without worry. Dr. Phillips is very honest about the numbers. She looks hard at the old dream of an endowment and shows plainly that a group would need millions of dollars set aside just to produce a modest monthly amount. For most community groups in America, traditional endowments are a pipe dream. She asks a better question. How do we get that same dependable, recurring benefit without needing millions in the bank? Her answer is practical and can be built using everyday tools that most people already use. Although her future, Phase 2, will be built on emerging technologies that are not quite here yet. The current, nothing exotic, Phase 1 processes will help almost every group, team, or cause right now. The free downloadable compendium is about the why and what, and her free follow-on, online playbook explains the how with operating details, best practices, and online tutorials. The true value of her work is not the off-the-shelf tools. The real magic is how they are organized into a system that renders mission support long after the pastor relocates, the seniors move along, or the annual event stage is cleared. She calls that organized movement the vortex. Your mission sits at the center, and support arrives from many directions at once, instead of everything landing on one tired circle of people. And it holds together because everyone involved receives something real, something valuable. Clarity and connection replace guilt and emergencies. Now, before I tell you what's next, I want to address one special group of you who are listening today. Some of you do not run fundraisers, you build things. You are the entrepreneurs and the problem solvers who hear these ideas, and your brain's circuitry begins to glow like a neon sign. If that is you, hear this clearly. Fundraising is a large, unsolved problem sitting in nearly every community in this country, and it is waiting for people who know how to build bridges. If you learn how to truly serve those groups, causes, and communities by helping those worthy organizations waste less and build for the long term, Dr. Phillips wants you as part of her worldwide team. And yes, you will be rewarded for your assistance. She is genuinely excited to meet builders, visionaries, and other world entrepreneurs who see what Web3 fundraising is doing and are open to carrying it forward to needy communities. There is real room here for you. This may be the ground floor chance you have been seeking. Connect with her early. It's go time. Now, back to all of you. Today, I am asking you to do just 2 simple things. First, if a friend, a coworker, or a fellow volunteer shared this program with you, please get back with that person. Keep the conversation going. Reach out. Ask them what they saw in it and why they thought of you, because they may have information, or a perspective, or an opportunity to share that you will not find anywhere else. That connection was not accidental, it was a synchronicity. So follow it. Second, and this is for everyone listening, whether someone handed this to you or you found it on your own, go to web3fundraising.com and download the free ebook. It costs you nothing, and you will not find information this detailed or this useful anywhere else. If you would like an executive audio overview before you read it, just click the button on the home page and enjoy my recorded conversation with my co-host, Jordan Fisher. It's episode 10 at healthfreedomradio.net. It does not replace the ebook, but it gives you a very good sense of what the ebook offers. So listen to episode 10, download the ebook, and read it before your next campaign begins. Then freely share it with someone you know who has been carrying far too much for far too long. Because here is the truth that binds together every page of this book. Your true mission is not fundraising. It is service. For some of you, fundraising is stealing your life. Our version of fundraising gives it back, so your time, talent, and efforts can benefit the actual mission. The world keeps changing, and now fundraising is changing too. The only question left is whether you will embrace it or keep stuffing popcorn order forms into backpacks. Visit web3fundraising.com, download the ebook, listen to episode 10, and get back with the person who sent you. I will see you again, right here on Health Freedom Radio.
Thanks for listening to Health Freedom Radio with Jessica Steele and Jordan Fisher. We're glad you joined us, and we hope you enjoyed today's show. We'll leave you with this. Your future is yours to own, and we're here to run with you every step of the way. Let's build it together. Subscribe, stay connected, and share this with someone who's ready to level up their life.